Hey there, how you doing? Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, here to do just a quickie clarifying video on drunk tarot. Now, if you've been following me for the past, I don't know, month or so, someone gave me the idea to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, to promise, because what happens when you get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can do super live chat, and to do at least once a month a drunk tarot. So I've been saying that at the beginning of so many videos at this point. It's like, until we get there, why don't we just make one video clarifying, and I'll put it in the description box from now on, right? Rock and roll, easier. So that's what this is. Just wanted to give some background though. Couple of things. Number one, I am a Virgo, right? I do not drink when I work. When I work professionally, I'm clear, I'm sober, I'm grounded. In fact, depending on the day, how many readings I have to do, whether it's recording face-to-face with a client, a video chat situation, spiritual counseling reading, I have to be on my game, which means I start the night before, right? Like I'll do the Epsom salt bath and, you know, pray and meditate and yoga and all of that. But every now and again, a situation arises where alcohol and my intuitive skill as a reader collide. Now, it's not like I'm only intuitive when I have a divination system in my hands. No, I am a Pisces moon. So, you know, there have been times in my life, particularly when I used to read tarot in the clubs of Boston in the late 80s. Yeah, go read my About Me on my drawingthecircle.com website. I touch on that. When I write the book called, I have a book about my career. It reads like fucking fiction, but that aside, obviously. But I did have a memory pop up where I used to live, not where I live now, but where I used to live on, in Bayshore, on the south shore of Long Island, right on a canal that went out to the Great South Bay, about 2.5 acres of property. Family property. I used to have a lot of parties there. Particularly, it was a coven house. My coven, the Solitaries of the Silver Broom, we used to meet there for Sabbaths. It's where I lived. The High Priestess Amy lived downstairs. I lived upstairs. I was High Priest for a chunk and then eldered. But we used to have a lot of parties. Like most of the time it would be, if it was a Sabbath or a full moon, people would come to the house, right? We'd do the magic, no alcohol, no nothing beforehand, do the circle, the Sabbath, whatever we were doing, and then afterwards, party, right? You know, people would bring food and drink and stuff like that, and we just did that for like over a decade. It was exhausting. I'm so glad I'm really retired now. There's no way I could get away with that in the condo development that I live in, just not happening. But like for Beltane in particular, we would do this party called Fire and Ice every year, where we would have a bonfire, but then we'd also have an ice luge. So, you know, you sort of get it. It's Beltane, right? Like I am a Beltane boy. Like Samhain's lovely. I love Yule. Mabon's delightful, but I'm a Beltane boy. I'm a Dionysus archetype from birth. Even go look up the Greek god Dionysus, but particularly the mythology of his birth. It's like there's certain things even in my birth and childhood that mirror that thing. So you could call me, a Jungian would say, oh yes, a dominant Dionysian archetype. No shit. How many mad women are in my life? Maeonids left, right, and center. That said, it was not unheard of after a couple of, Oz shots. I used to, I'm a potion witch, sending down the ice luge. Some amazing stuff. Hypnotelise, which is a good combination of hypnotic and Alizé blue. Verbal as well, right? Down. So, of course, sooner or later, what would pop into my hand but this very deck? Not this one, the one underneath that. The Daughters of the Moon Tarot. You see me do readings with it all along, and I'd just be like, you know, just sort of walking around, and I would do what I call cuts, right? And people would say, well, wait, what do you see from me? I'm like, oh, you're screwed. You can't find your asshole with both hands. And that's not what the card says. But, you know, in a joking way, that was fine. But then certainly when accuracy would come through, right? And so that's the thing. I never do it when I read professionally. Someone hires me for a party. Usually there's alcohol involved. And they're like, can I get you a glass of wine? People know I like a little, even when I drink, it's like Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, as cold as you can get it, please, because But even then, why do it when I read? That's not appropriate conduct for a Virgo, really, for anybody in an intuitive thing like that. So usually everybody else gets drunk around me. The empathy, believe me, I can feel it, tricky enough to navigate that, but to give a professional service. But what tends to happen is when I do, it's not that the clarity goes away. For other readers, that might totally be the case. I get it. It would chemically change things, but it's a symbol of a divine energy for me. Wine in particular, it is like a sacrament. So what goes away is the filter. What goes away is some of the diplomacy. And that is something I certainly have some control over, but of course, the more I drink. But the other part of it is, however, the heart is wide open. So none of it is really necessarily meant in a harmful, shadowy, bad way, but it's like the truth, like lightning, like Zeus flies out my mouth. So I thought that would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun for a super live chat. Because I can't help it. My sense of humor. It's like you start taking off the inhibitors, if you will, right? The inhibitor collar, go all DC Comics on you there. Yeah, my meta powers tend to express themselves, and that's why I don't drink. I'm really not a big drinker. I'm not a non-drinker, but you know, I know at 51 years old, I've learned exactly what my chemistry, my body chemistry, and my spirit can handle. But I thought it would be fun for once a month. Because even if I drank, what am I going to go through? One bottle of white wine and a 1 hour super live chat? Yeah, but I'll make y'all fucking laugh. I bet you that. So there, that's what I wanted to say. You know, I'm actually going to do another video clarifying spot reads and open reads, but in a way, that's sort of these two videos will be linked together because they are, let's say, different petals on the same flower, but for another time. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, let your friends know. It's like, you gotta watch this guy on YouTube because I have to put an incentive out there, don't I? Yeah. I am a Virgo. I set my goals and I make my way towards them grain of sand by grain of sand if necessary, but you know, that's how we, I guess, rock and roll. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please comment in the description box below, my subscribers. And I guess that's about it for now, and thank you for your time. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.